Hi, welcome to another episode of A Closer Look, where we take a look at something that interests us in the Upper Valley. And with me today is AVA Gallery's AVA Gallery Gallery and
Art Center.
Art Center.
Yeah.
Very important, because that's what we're mostly going to talk about today, is the Art Center. I have Nick with me today, and his last name is?
Gaffney.
Which he's told me 10 times, and thank you, Nick, for coming.
Sure, thank you for having me.
I appreciate it.
Sure.
So I'm always very intrigued that, so it's not just the gallery, but we have a really vital community. Every time I walk into AVA, the education department it just seems like there's always something going on for the community. So can you tell me, and I know you're in charge of education, so can you tell me about some of the classes?
I'd be happy to. So we have classes that run kind of season to season, and our winter season is more or less finishing up, but we have a whole scope of spring classes starting officially on April 1st. Some might start a little bit sooner. But we have classes in watercolor, acrylic painting, drawing, photography. What a lot of people don't know about AVA is that in addition to the main AVA building, which is on Bank Street in Lebanon, behind the main AVA building, there is the Benta Torres and West Sculptural Studies building. And that is a building that's about a year and a half old, something like that. And in that building we have classes for welding, we have stone carving classes, we have wood carving classes, and we have clay classes.
Okay, so that seems a little intimidating. Can any person, like a beginner, learn how to carve
Definitely,
wood?
And in fact the classes are designed for beginners.
Really?
We have intermediate classes for people who are experienced and would like to just get a little more kind of time to kind of create something. We had a metal fabrication class that happened this past weekend, both with people who are a little bit more experienced when it came to welding, but we have a welding 1 class that's starting in April, woodworking 1 class.
So is it welding like I'm not personally interested in jewelry, but I know there's welding in jewelry, or is it like bigger pieces?
It's bigger pieces. We don't really do the jewelry quite so much, though there are other classes that kind of you can build different things. We had a terrarium building class a couple weeks ago, and we've had right now kind of the welding instead of learning how to use the tools, being safe with the tools, learn how to use the tools. And then the teacher, Jimmy Martell, who actually is one of the main welders at Dartmouth College, he's very good at kind of figuring out what the students want to get out of the class, if you want to be making the kind of thing you want to be making, and helping them kind of figure that out.
Yeah, that sounds, it sounds a little intimidating, but it sounds intriguing. I was in that building, and it seems like a very European building with very thick walls.
Yeah.
And I know there's apartments right behind, so in order for there not to be any displaced noise, it's an amazing bunker of a building.
It's got very, very, very high ceilings, and I think that helps quite a bit. I don't know all the details about it, but it's a very energy efficient building. If you looked at it from the street, you can actually see there's a whole bunch of solar panels on the top of it.
And I saw there's a huge storage generator. I don't know what we call that,
exactly. I probably
the appropriate name for it is.
I'm probably the wrong person to tell you all the details about the solar energy, but I do know that building, I believe, is, if not completely, almost completely self-sufficient and energy efficient in terms of all the energy that we get from the solar panels is used, and I don't think and most of that energy is also used for the main building. Maybe not all, most of it.
And it's super cool.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to take a class in any of the sculpturing, what were you said wood, stone?
Wood, stone, clay, and metal are the 2 big ones, the 4 big ones, excuse me. We also have other classes, like encaustic classes, that meet in there as well.
And what is encaustic, where you use acid to eat away at?
It's basically hot wax, kind of painting
really?
and using hot wax.
I'm sorry, I should know that.
No, that's okay. kind of painting with hot wax and plates. I'm not an encaustics artist, but it's actually, I think we're one of the few, if not only, places in the area that offers kind of a regular slate of encaustics classes, and Stephanie Gordon is one of the people who teaches that, and really good. And it's a kind of medium that needs a good deal of ventilation, so we're lucky to have the Sculptural Studies building, because it's a great place to do something like that. Well,
that's what I found when I first moved here. What I found about AVA, the education department, is, like when you're creating art, the location itself is very appealing. Like some of your studios, I took an acrylics class on a Saturday morning, and the light that was coming in on the windows was just inspiring.
Yeah, we have I guess 4 teaching studios in the main AVA building. The rest, maybe half the building, I don't know the precise percentage, but maybe half the building are kind of studio spaces that are rented out by artists, kind of pay month to month and have
the
their studio spaces. Third floor and parts of the second floor, and then we have teaching studios on the second and first floor. And you're right.
CATV used to be. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, that's okay.
But CATV used to be housed there with them. Like we got the boot because you guys had so many cool
Sorry
classes.
about that. It was before my time.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
yes, I think I did know that.
But it's good. I mean, if you're going to have growth, that's. I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, that's okay.
What were you
I was just going to say that the studios are great, especially the South Studio and the North Studio. They're two different kinds of light, but they're both high up, and you can kind of look out. I know we've had landscape painting classes in those studios, where people just sit in the studio and look out at kind of the Lebanon landscape, kind of in the south and the north, to kind of see what's there. Yeah.
Interesting.
So, yeah.
That's very cool.
Almost like plein air, but not exactly.
Yeah. Plein air, but inside.
Yes, exactly. Maybe,
a lot of internal air.
Yes.
So maybe we could think of the French for that.
Yeah.
Duh. No, that's outside. We just have to say interior.
Yeah.
Landscape.
Something like that. Yes. I mean, you can find landscapes from your own imagination as well. Yes. Yeah.
That's cool. So, in addition to classes, and I always I picked this up. This is our here. I'll talk to my camera. This is the spring and summer classes. So the way it's organized, I always go through here and highlight the ones that I could actually take on a Saturday for we poor working people, because there's so
classes,
many days.
We have evening classes as well. So we have classes that start at 6 in the evening as well. So for people who are working during the day, they can come in.
Who could be like close to Leb and
exactly.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And then what I was fascinated, and I'm curious, because we have a fairly senior population who watch our station, and there's this program called Senior Art, which looks like a weekly program. Can you tell us anything? And it's free. Free is good.
One of the best things about it is that it's free. Well, a lot of the classes do cost money. I just wanted to mention that we actually have a very significant scholarship program that people can apply. If you look at our catalog and think, oh, the classes look a little bit expensive, we do have a scholarship program that we're more than happy and really enthusiastic about getting people to apply for those scholarships.
Do you have to give them your second-born child?
No, there's a small form you need to fill out, and that's pretty much it.
Cool.
And you can take a look at it. It's avagallery.org/education, and then there's a link for the scholarships there, and you can find it. So,
excellent.
Yeah, but the senior art program, as you were mentioning, sorry, didn't mean, but
throw in the scholarships.
Yes, that is free, and for anyone who is over the age of, I think it's either 60 or 65, but anyone who's a self-identified senior.
I'm a self-identified senior.
There you go. Is welcome to come. It's basically an open studio session for anyone interested in making art. There's at least one, usually 2 monitors there who are artists, art trained, kind of working artists, kind of there to help people make art. There are people who are doing sculpture. It's one of my favorite programs just to go up and hang out in, because there's so much interesting art being made. There are people with watercolors, with acrylics, with oils.
Is there any, like, the seniors sometimes suffer from, especially in the winter, from not enough interaction? Do people chat, or is it?
Without a doubt. I think it's one of the big reasons people come is because they're not just chatting. They're actually there to make art. But I think there are beginners, people who have never made art before, who think, well, maybe I'll go and see what watercolor is all about. To people who probably have had careers as working artists who just want to get a chance to go in there and kind of continue to work on their projects.
Is it one of the studios that has the nice light?
Yes, it is. The South Studio. Cool. It's a great studio. We do it with the Grantham County Senior Center and the Lebanon Senior Center as well. I might be getting this name slightly wrong, but
if I live in Norwich, Vermont,
you can still come.
Can I drive down? And that's on Thursdays?
That's on Thursdays from 9 to 12 and then 1 to 4. And there is a lunch period. If you call ahead, we can order you a lunch, and that's provided by the Lebanon Senior Center as well.
Wow, that's really convenient.
You can stay all day. On average, there's about 20 people who are up there kind of making their own work, and we get it's a really great atmosphere just to be in there and to see all the work that's being created. And we're, you know, if you're a first timer, when you first come, we ask you to fill out a short registration form, just kind of describing yourself a little bit. But after that, you can come whenever you like. And like I said, it's an open studio, so there isn't formal instruction, but there are people there to help out. In addition to the AVA monitors, I think all the other people who are part of, who are the regulars, who come regularly, they're more than happy to offer advice. Exactly.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll offer advice.
Yes. I mean,
so
offer advice and critique.
An easel or whatever it is you're working on.
You know, when you make art, you don't just make art for yourself. You make art. I mean, it's a personal thing, but you make art for other people to look at and critique and to get better at. And I think there's a lot of really good energy in a place like that.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm a little jealous. Some of us have to work full time.
Yeah.
Eventually, I'm sure in a few years.
Yeah.
So that's on Thursdays. You also have a super cool, I've been in there when some of the chaos programs are going on.
Yeah.
Which, so can you explain what chaos is?
Sure. Chaos.
And maybe what architects are?
Chaos stands for community. I'm going to look at here because I'm forgetting exactly what chaos stands for. I'm sorry, Community Arts Open Studio. I should know that by now. But it just, chaos, because it rolls off the tongue so well, right?
Yeah,
we have
and it is chaos.
Yes, it is chaos. Well, it's controlled chaos.
It's definitely open.
Yes, it's open. We have 2 chaos programs on Fridays from, and I'm just reminding myself, looking right here, is from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m. Chaos for toddlers. And anyone who's a kind of, we've had a lot of younger parents and grandparents and people like that bring kids under the age of, and I'm just reminding myself as well,
Tinies.
1 to 4.
Right.
So, you know, and they're making some of the great, you know, great art. It's a different kind of energy than the senior art, as you might imagine, but it's still a really great energy. I'd say on average we have about 20 people in. It's a very, very popular program.
Come in regularly.
Yes, occasionally AVA has been closed because of weather things, and people still show up for it because they're really excited for it. It's also a free program, so anyone can bring their toddlers to the program. And then on Saturdays, and again I'm reminding myself so I don't forget, from
the middle school, right? One of them.
Well, that's the Art Stop program, actually. But chaos happens. Chaos also happens on Saturdays from 11 to 4, and that's for any age,
right?
For the most part.
Like you can do it. There's so few things that you can. Mom and son, or father and daughter, you know, like that the family can participate.
I have 2 daughters who are 8 and 10, and we've grown up going to Chaos. It's been a really great place. So it isn't a drop-off program. Those 2 programs are not. The parent has to be there with the child, but there is a monitor there to help, and we have a lot of different art-making materials, acrylic paints,
but
clay.
Like you, as the parent, can create with the child.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, we definitely encourage that. I think it's always fun.
There's something super special about that.
Yeah,
because there's so few opportunities to. You know, I mean, you could do sparkle projects at home.
Yeah,
it's funny. I come from an art family, and yet my kids never like to do crafting, but they like to paint and draw, and so that I would have been envious of that, to have a place to sort of shake off the responsibilities of home. Go there. Make your mess, enjoy yourselves together.
My daughters are definitely into making crafts and doing that, and I know that one of the ways they got their start was just going to Chaos and being able to kind of walk into a room where there's like blank canvas, or blank sheets of paper and clay and pencils and paint, and thinking, oh, what can I do? And it's so fun to kind of go into that room towards the end of the time and just see. It's a big mess in a lot of ways, but it's also a lot of fun. It's a great mess.
And how can you afford? I mean, I know AVA Gallery and Art Center is a nonprofit and does not get, I don't think.
Well, we get some of our programs are funded by the generosity of grants and other private donors who give money to us to kind of help us maintain these programs and run them. A lot of our classes do cost money, so that brings some money in as well. But we do have regular fundraising activities that happen throughout the year, including the silent auction, the AVA silent auction, which is going to be happening on it will open on March 30th and go until April 6th. And there's a number of things available to auction. We've had, I want to say, somewhere between 60 and 100 different artists have contributed work. So there's going to be a lot of great art, and you can potentially get for a really good price depending on what's hanging on the walls.
And it's not just, I know Sally Bacon, who owns the Oodles Boutique here in the Tip Top building. I happened to walk in there when she was donating quite a few of her original jewelry pieces that are so popular. So
we're
quite a donation.
We're really grateful to all the people like Sally, who are local business owners who have contributed things. There's people from all over the Upper Valley who have contributed stuff, and it's been really great to see the amount of work. We just, people from Pompanoussock Mills just dropped a table off yesterday that you can bid on. A table or a desk, I'm forgetting, but you know, there's great furniture. Simon Pierce has donated stuff. I think if it's Cape Air or the Lebanon Airport have donated a round trip flight from Lebanon to Boston. So you can bid on that. There's a lot of great things to bid on.
I know one of the pilots.
Yeah, you wouldn't want that, I don't think. But yeah, but if you come on March 30th, basically everything will be on display in the gallery, and you can come just to look at all the great art. You can come to bid on things.
I was wondering why there's not a gallery exhibit right now. Is it because
we're in between? We're in the middle of kind of getting all the contributions into the gallery and then setting up. There's always a bit of a turnover between exhibitions, so we just the annual high school show just came down, and so they're in the middle of kind of installing the auction, and that'll go up on March 30th, and then that'll be.
So we can and going into the gallery is free, so I can poke in, check everything out. So if we're airing this after March 30th, let's say we're airing this and you see it on April 5th, then come the 6th.
The 6th from 5 to 8, I believe, is the party. Essentially, it is a ticketed party. It's a fundraiser, so it's 35. It's like $45 if you're not a member, $35 if you are a member, and $50 at the door to get in. But it's going to be a really great party. We're going to have music and food, and that is when the bidding closes. So if you came in earlier and you bid on something, you're not sure if you're going to get outbid until you show up. So it's a great place to, if you really want that painting or that round trip flight to Boston, you know, you might want to come for the party because someone might outbid you.
And there's an upsell, because if you really want something, you have to pay for the ticket to get in. See that last bidder.
Yeah, but it's a really great party. It's a great community event, and
that's called Flourish.
Flourish, yes, yes, Flourish. The invitation, I can.
I brought mine. I got it in the mail.
Sure, this is the invitation. Sorry, but yes, it's. We're really, really excited, and we're really fortunate to have so many great community members coming to this and supporting AVA. You know, just buying a ticket.
I'm a little jealous. CATV doesn't have the Friends of CATV. You know, like that. We've never acted like a nonprofit, and AVA has, through its great work and free programs, and has this lovely community of invested people who love art.
You know, I mean, there are people who make art, there are people who are art lovers, there are people who just like taking classes, there are people who just, you know, Lebanon, I've lived in Lebanon for more than 10 years, and AVA was one of the reasons why I moved to Lebanon, because I thought, oh, there's an art center there. I'm an artist, I like making art. I'd like to live close to a place like that, and I think it attracts, I was going to say people like me, but sort of the kind of person who appreciates the fact that, I mean, White River obviously is kind of going through a big growth, you know, a little funky, but Lebanon is doing the same thing, and there's a lot of great artistic, cultural things happening in Lebanon, and AVA's really, really excited and fortunate to be a part of that.
And I know Lebanon overall, like, we deal with the city, and we are friends of the Lebanon Opera House who come on and visit with us. And Joe Clifford, who runs the Lebanon Opera House, he's like, you just envision us, Lebanon, as the Berkshires of the Upper Valley.
There you go.
To try to, so I think everything they're doing by creating an art commission, by looking at public art, by having AVA there, I think that they're at a birthing stage of some wonderful future. So
I think we are. I think there's a
we'll
lot
just
of
keep
good
witnessing
happening.
it.
There's a lot of really great stuff happening, and AVA's fortunate to be a part of that, and
Sort of cool stuff.
Yes,
so
definitely.
I know there's other funding opportunities as well. I always like to bid on the, is it called the 10 by 10?
Oh yes, the 10 by 10s are great.
That's sort of cool.
Yeah, we've done
Can
it
you explain
twice.
What it is?
Essentially, we asked artists we essentially give artists a 10 by 10 inch wooden panel, and we say, do something with this, right? And every artist almost every artist who we give something that to gives it back to us, and it looks great. And they're incredible things. Right. Most of them hang on the wall. Some of them are actually kind of become sort of platforms for sculptural pieces and things like that. But we hang them on the wall. Every piece is donated by the artist. We charge $100 for those pieces, and people can come in, and it's the same kind of thing where people will come in and try to get something right away because we'll have it up beforehand. Oh, were you? Yes.
I was like, I want to see all the art and decide what to buy.
Yeah, but it's a great thing to have, and we're really happy to not only kind of show off kind of the artists to kind of show at AVA and kind of give them another platform to kind of show their work, but also we're really fortunate that they're supporting AVA and want to kind of give us their work.
Cool. It's also a great place for, when you think of art, a lot of times you think of flat art or sculptural 3D art, but also the spoken word. I think that AVA has embraced that, which is a form of art, a performance art. So the Mudroom, we love the opportunity, all those original stories, and they're usually very funny or sad. But we just shot another Mudroom, and so
that was last week, I think.
I forget what the topic is. I look forward to.
It was Under the Influence.
Yes, Under the Influence.
Yes.
And the next one was going to be something funny.
It's good. It's in the middle of June, and it's the.
Well, you could go on the AVA
theme. Yes,
so you can go on the AVA Gallery website.
Oh, I just remember what it was called. I believe it is what the theme is. What I Did for Money.
Oh, that could be really funny.
That could be really funny,
So any person can write something and submit it, and then they...
You're submitting kind of an idea for a story,
right.
And you submit it to a committee, mostly made up of volunteers who kind of help us organize the Mudroom. And the idea is that someone stands up and is supposed to tell a story about 5 to 10 minutes without notes.
Right. And it has to be your story.
Has to be your story, yes.
So this one is, so tell me the title.
I believe
What I Did for Money.
What I Did for Money. I'm pretty sure I'm getting that right.
So
but,
I'm curious.
Yeah.
I'm curious. What did you do for money?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's good, and I like that tradition. It's I guess it's our version of the Moth, which is the famous storytelling.
Exactly.
So.
It's a really popular program. It does sell out pretty quickly. I'll just let people know that, because what we've been doing lately is if you are a member of AVA, you can buy tickets 2 months beforehand, and then a month beforehand we open up tickets for anyone. It's our way to kind of get people to become members. But regardless, we've actually had to kind of like figure out different ways to kind of get more people in the door, because it can sell out really, really quickly, and we have a lot of
as opposed to the same people benefiting each
Well, exactly. We want to get a lot of people in, a lot of new people in. We don't want the people who have been coming to get turned away or anything. We want to kind of, the space is limited, but we really like the idea of kind of having a space. And it's such a great community program. I think a lot of people. I've had friends tell stories.
I did it once.
Oh, did you?
The problem is we film these things, and then you get to like it's set in stone because because we film them. But it's if you're not used to storytelling, it is a bit harrowing as an experience. But
it is.
But great fun to watch.
I know. I'm not sure if I'd be capable of doing it. I probably could, but I'd like to think.
You.
Yeah, maybe we'll see. I have to think of a good story for a good theme.
Right, it has to click for you.
Everyone has 1 or 2 stories that they like to tell, or they think are good stories, and it just you have to kind of structure it in a way that kind of is entertaining and makes sense for everyone else.
Makes sense.
But,
What have we done for money?
Yeah.
Well, let's see. AVA needs money, so
that's true.
I guess the Flourish.
Yes. The Flourish is a great way
AVA's silent auction.
Yeah, it's a great way to support AVA.
And to get stuff.
Yeah, and we're always happy when people become members of AVA. If you are a member, you do get 15% off classes at AVA, so that I think is a great benefit. So it's a lot of ways to support AVA and to kind of make sure we can continue to do the great programming that we do.
Cool. I'm so glad you were able to come out and talk with me.
Thank you very much.
Apparently it was good timing because, Oh, we didn't even talk about the gallery, so maybe we could get Mila back here at some point, who runs the gallery, and
I'm sure
chat
she'd
about
love to. Yeah, I'm sorry she wasn't able to be here today, but I'm sure she'd love to come at some point.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I'm feeling the love anyway. Thank you, Nick.
Yeah, sure.
All right, so thank you for coming. If you'd like to submit an idea for an episode of A Closer Look, or if you'd like to host or be a guest, I would love to have guest hosts. So enjoy your day, Upper Valley. Thanks, Nick.
Thank you.
All right.